Oh, okay. Oh, I guess we're live. Hey, how are you guys doing? Happy Saturday to you guys. Happy start of the weekend for some of you. But yeah, happy weekend. Happy Saturday indeed. Um, so yeah, what's good? What's good? Yeah. First off, yeah. Sorry, Emmy, but if I see the Emmy, sorry, I don't know why I even said Tato, but if I see the Emmy, I shall boop the Emmy when I see it. No, no, where? Damn. Here we go again. Listen, look, listen. You guys know how it goes. I abhor uppies. Why? Not even the first couple seconds. Not even the first minute of the stream. I get hit with this. So again and again and again, again and again and again. Okay. All right. Fine. Listen, I what is CDM? Your guess is as good as mine on that one. uh, we know you love Bobby. Okay, guys, I feel like we've been on the same dance for a while. I don't love uppies, and that's been a fact back then. It's still a fact now, and it's gonna remain a fact in the future. That I don't love set uppies. Listen, I just want to come in, sit down, have a good time, get a little drink here and there. Well, not a hard drink because I kind of have to go to someone's baby shower later tonight. But you know, I CM's command prompt in Windows. Yeah, it's all good. We're still on. Well, Big Cat. The thing you have to understand is, me and the fleas are gonna be on this for probably a very very long time. As much as it pains me to admit this, it's I because I keep trying to tell them I don't like it. They believe otherwise, and they're not going to be convinced no matter what. So yeah, this is probably gonna be one of those recurring arguments that's gonna be there for like a good while, a very very good while, long while. We receive updates from porn? Okay, listen. Just because you had Lionel Messi give me uppies like the World Cuppies doesn't mean that I like being picked up by famous people. Although that would be one hell of an interesting caveat for my life, being picked up by the great Lionel Messi. So, which by the way, I guess if you guys haven't checked yet, do I still have that picture somewhere? Well, yeah. No, that's not it. That's not it. Where the hell did we go? Hold on. But yeah, you can't escape the uppies. Listen, I can avoid a lot of things. Uppies I've avoided numerous times. So I think we've been getting on this. I think you guys can't convince me that you guys have convinced yourselves into believing something that's just simply not true. So and I will reiterate until the end of time that's not gonna happen. So where I could have sworn I had your picture. Oh yeah, there it is. But also, how are you doing, Wacky? How are you doing? And oh yeah, PNG as well. How are you doing? Um, just Charles D effects here, but yeah, for those that don't know the reference, shit. Okay, wait, nearly lost it there. Wacky, what was that? What was that hotkey to resize everything to fit the screen again? I kind of forgot. If you're there, Wacky, Emmy's gonna make it cut. Yeah, no worries, Emmy. Also, oh yeah, by the way, well, yeah, by the way, Emmy, I was gonna say I heard that you have a Light 2D model that you're gonna debut soon. I can't wait for that personally. A little bird, aka your Discord notification, your Discord announcement, So I can't wait personally for that. Yeah, trust me. These years, I may be a long cat. I may ignore certain things that are said to me, but believe me, these years and these eyes, they never escape anyone's grasp or sight or whatever you want to call it. So, oh hey Valeris, let's get. It's a silly customizable default one. Well, it's still even if you say it like that, it's still a start. Like you. I mean, not everyone's gonna start with like those really fancy 2000, 5005. The really expensive ones. So no one can escape the gaze of the long cat. Well, no one can escape these eyes because at the end of the day, these eyes, these eyes, they're always staring from afar, far, 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 far. Anyways, you currently. Oh, you recently also moved. Damn. Well, thankfully, you have a loving community that's definitely gonna support you along the way. You'll get yourself back up in no time, financially. So, but yeah, from a fart, yeah. But yes, listen, just because X you made a meme, but yeah, this is one X made. He basically had Lionel Messi pick me up against my will, and as you can tell, very agonizing indeed. Meow, I guess. Did that sound alert even come through? Wait, I didn't even hear it. Interesting. Also, what the hell is this song? But yeah, Anyway, sorry guys, doing. Yeah, okay, awesome. So yeah, it's been an interesting day, to say the least. So, yeah, I don't even know where to begin with this. So you probably noticed on the title there's a that this is that near crash out whatnot and yap/venting. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want to partially vent for just like a good maybe couple minutes at the very least. Famous last words, But hey, yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of wanted to explain like what kind of happened like yesterday during yesterday's stream because I mean, granted, not a lot of people saw it, but I was kind of like, but the TLDR on that one is like, I kind of nearly like felt some type of way before we started doing marbles. I was like, oof, And I think, needless to say, it kind of like how it kind of was bothering me for like the duration of like the entire stream yesterday, and kind of even part of today. So yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I think the only explanation to what happened particularly was just the fact that I felt like everything was kind of like, I don't know, something like some, I don't know. It was just a weird day. And it's been a weird couple days actually. Um, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, needless to say, I was kind of just like, I guess, yesterday, like I was explaining like a situation that kind of happened, like that really was like putting me in a bit of a dilemma, and when nobody like particularly responded. Like usually I wouldn't be too bothered like when nobody responds because most of the time most people are going to lurk, and that's fine. That's within their right. But I guess between everything that was like that, like culminating with like everything else that was happening like behind the scenes, I was like, I think it really just kind of like left me feeling really discouraged and just like, and um, like somewhat even like tad bit frustrated at times. So that's kind of why I was like, yesterday, I mean, it was like also one of the few times I was probably happy didn't have a like model that was like tracking my facial movements because yeah, I think that frown would have been evident to say the least. But yeah, I was kind of left feeling a bit discouraged after a while. I was like, yeah. Also, is the chat working? Wait, I just noticed. Wait, let me see this. Okay, no, it's working. So, but yeah, I was like kind of feeling somewhat discouraged yesterday. So, and it was kind of bothering me, like how I was acting, kind of bothering me like the rest of the way. So, even if like it was only like two people that kind of noticed it, it was like I was like you know, I still hate showing that particular part where because no one really wants to see that at the end of the day. So, but yeah, needless to say, I was kind of like I don't know, just kind of led me down a pretty unfortunate path. And I guess it kind of made me think about what about the rest of my current situation, like moving forward on that one, because I don't know. I think I was kind of thinking more and more about it, and I was like, I think even though I kind of am doing what I can to try to make like all this work like between my job and like between my between my job, between me doing clips and like me streaming, I think I kind of slowly realizing that I'm probably I'm probably pushing more than I can actually like am capable of at this time. I still believe like I can really kind of make all this work to an extent, but it with the way things are going like right now between like because I've thought about my job situation before. I just kind of frustrated with it at this point. But it's also kind of creeping into other parts where it's the other facets of my life where it's like I can't. I'm starting to think maybe there's a chance I might not be able to like hold on to it for the time being, at least for the time being. I don't think it's like I'm not gonna say like you know I'm not going like I'm not gonna say anything too drastic like oh I don't like I'm gonna go on a hiatus or something or like I'm graduating, nothing of the sort. But I was like I think maybe I was gonna say I don't know, I'm kind of just pointing this out because I'm thinking maybe I should probably try to scale back just a little bit, at least to the point where I could feel like I could get some form of control. I don't know, but I usually don't like try. I usually prefer not to like bring stuff like that, but it does feel like it's reaching to that point where I might have to kind of scale back on certain things. Like, I guess in this case, it's like thinking at least. I mean, at the very least, I think for like. I guess all I'm trying to say is like at least I think maybe for the next week's schedule, at the very least, I probably should scale. I'm probably gonna scale back. I mean, we'll still do the marbles for like marbles Monday on Monday, but I think it might. I'm kind of leaning towards the idea of just taking at least the week off. The rest of the week off for Monday, just so I can refocus and recalibrate like everything that's been going on. So it for lack of for I don't know. I've been trying because I was trying to find other ways to kind of make all this work, and it seems like the only solution is kind of just like at the very least refocus and then figure out what to do from there. So and it's kind of hard to do that when you have like three important things going going on. Well, four, I guess, if you count like personal stuff too. So it is okay to take breaks when needed. Yeah, I think I kind of fell into that mindset. Like I fell into that well familiar mindset where if I feel like I don't stream or if I feel like I don't like put out anything content wise, that people are going to like immediately forget. And it's wild because like I've heard that mentality. I've heard that like I've heard that type of mentality happen, like with other streamers. Like the number of times where they said that they're worried about the idea of like being gone for like a while because like they're worried that they're gonna be forgotten. And these are like coming from some of the more notable, like some more prominent like streamers, you know, like those that have like those that kind of like have like a significant follower base and just like you know, but it I don't know. It's I think, but it's at this end of the day, you know, the people within the community would never forget, you know. So I think I fell for a while because it's like I feel like I had a more valid case for it, but you know, I think we all, whenever we doubt ourselves, most of the time we all always find ourselves like somewhat, you know, we find ourselves thinking the worst more often than not. So yeah, I don't know. I think so. I think next week I'm probably going to, streaming wise at least, I'm probably gonna like take the rest of the week off and then hopefully get back to it like the week after that. So that's the idea at least. So because you know it's too much going on at the moment, I want to make sure you grasp some level of control at the very least. So let me ask you something. If when you said people will forget about uppies, how did that go for you? Well, you guys made it really hard for people. Well, you guys have kind of proven that question wrong. Well, people, you've proven that statement wrong numerous times. Don't underestimate your important things. You're definitely important. Well, I appreciate it, Valers. I do appreciate it. But yeah, it was just like I don't know. I guess I went down pretty. I went down pretty somewhat pessimistic path for like most of yesterday. So I was just making sure everything was good, you know. So, but yeah, I'm good now. I kind of recalibrated, you know, like refocused on some stuff, you know, reason myself out of that situation. So, you know. Hello, me.
Meow.
Hello, Ileana. What's good? And Odin, what's good as well? So, yeah, I know it's like, because what I was saying earlier about like, I remember what I was saying yesterday about like, you know, people not respond. I mean, it's not within my right to tell chat like how they should not respond. You know, that's what like that's not within my rights. You know, and other people are always gonna be busy. You know, like obviously I was streaming at a time when everybody was streaming, and obviously not everyone's gonna dedicate their time focusing on long cat. I know that. So at the end of the day, you know, that was within my own faults. You know, that's like you know, so just yeah, reasoning, understanding, just you know, making sure that doesn't come to pass. So it is what it is with that one. But yeah, Ileana, what's good? You know, I'm not gonna lie. I nowadays whenever I see you, I am reminded of the cat model that you have, the cat girl model that you have, and it's it's actually pretty wild how easily I'm used to like hearing your voice from that model now, and I don't even question it. I guess that also makes. I guess that's the same mentality for people who just see this long, who just see me like being as long catty as I am, and just like hearing this voice, this this random dude's voice. So you know, it's all good though. And I will remember your promise to do CPR cover for Shins. Okay, well, assuming that there is a Shinsadon, I'll I'm sure you're gonna remind me of the fact if I somehow forget to put that as a sub goal. I'm sure you'll gladly remind me. So that's his main model now. Everything afterwards will just be a toggle. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is with that one. So, but yeah. Anyways, but yeah, Obviously, I came in like 2 weeks. So obviously, I came in like 2 hours late today. My upper back has still messed me up. Has messed me up really badly. It's the area between the shoulder blades. That's like where the main source of the pain's coming from. And it feels like if I just literally like I don't know if someone literally just like shoved like a I don't know like a baseball bat or like a crowbar somewhere on there, it would hurt tremendously. But it's also gonna like I'm gonna be so relieved when because that type of pain is you know those pressure points like the trigger like those trigger points like it feels like if someone presses is there it's the pain's gonna go away or something. I would definitely love something like that. Yeah, the rhomboids. Yeah, the rhomboids. The area under the muscles underneath where the shoulder blades are. Oh my god, Zen, you realize the amount of time, the amount of quote unquote solutions people have suggested this, like this particular solution. Listen, Albies is not going to solve my back problem. It's not going, or my back slash shoulder problem. It's not going to happen. No, you're not going to convince me that that's a viable option. And I'm talking about both like within this lore and out in IRL. No one's gonna actually pick me up and I don't know massage my back via uppies or something. Although admittedly that probably would sort of help to some degree. No, I'm not. No, listen, no, I'm not. No, look, I'm not going. I need to stop. I need to stop time. I need to stop entertaining that idea. Anyways, how you doing, Ginger? How you doing? So yeah. So anyways, well, okay, moving on. Look, I finally finished up the clip for the honey. The honey. I have a clip for honey that kind of finished up not too long ago. The only problem is I can't think of a viable title for it. But basically, it was Honey and Rex and talk from last Tuesday's stream talking about, showing off the sketches that Honey made, like when they were doing the rehearsals for for the upcoming filling court stream that's supposed to come out later this month. So yeah, I guess be on the lookout for that. But I haven't really figured out a decent title for that. And yeah, and for those who don't know, like, because I would probably tell you that basically thumbnails and titles are like the hardest ones for me to do. Even more so than the actual editing process itself, because I mean, actual cutting and everything, it's tedious, but it's straightforward as is. The what makes it difficult for me is like trying to figure out a title that makes sense and putting out a thumbnail that isn't. Well, I mean, theoretically, I could always put out a clickbait thumbnail, but I've never been big on that because like there's some thumbnails that like really mislead you in the worst possible ways, especially when it comes to like VTuber clips, you know. And I usually try to avoid it as much as I can with it. Sometimes I will probably fall for that. Like I will probably fall into that a few times, but we will try to kind of prevent that. Even though I full well that it probably would theoretically give me more views, I'd rather just not. I'd rather just not like mislead people. If I hate it, if I despised it, I imagine I'm not the only one with that. I imagine other people feel that same way. So, you know. But that's taken care of. I know Ellie just recently did her stream of Rula, so but I haven't really watched all that, so I'll have to kind of check it out a little later. And then, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. Content will always kind of just pop up, as I would say. And yeah, so did you see Camilla talking with Krill? I haven't actually watched. Haven't really watched anything that kind of happened with Krill yesterday. Um, so Well, Chat always embarrasses Crowley, and Crowley, but sometimes Crowley embarrasses herself, but in the most entertaining way possible. So personally, if I see a thumbnail unrelated to what's happening, stop watching the entire channel, especially when it's extremely clickbait without any kind. Yeah, and the worst type of clips will do that. Like we'll go down that route. I try to keep it as like straightforward as it is. Like some stuff like for example, uh, like trying to think of a good example of a thumbnail that seems clickbait but was actually the case. Yeah, what it appeared to be. I can't think of anything at the top of my head though. If you watch, it was very fun. I mean, I kind of imagine if one of your Oshis just like literally pop into chat, like out of nowhere. I imagine chat knows how much you are a fan of said Oshi. They would definitely do everything in their power to embarrass the crap out of you. So I think, I think in my case, I think if like I don't think there's a lot people could do to really embarrass me at this point. At least not this time. I'm sure. I'm sure if I continue doing this, if I continue streaming, I'm sure something's gonna happen where it's so humiliating that that chat will never that chat or my fleas here will never forget it. It seems like a rite of passage at this point. Like there's gonna be a bit or something that happens like to a streamer that people are forever gonna associate them with. So it feels like a rite of passage at this rate. You know, there's the misleading thumbnails like well called Camilla bitch, which he does that. I mean, yeah, that's true, but that feels like that's also not a surprise, given that type of chemistry. Yeah, I mean, okay, the upbeats thing. Okay, I would prefer if no one told. Well, to be fair, I don't really watch a lot of Camilla. At least I most the only times I really kind of watch Camilla is whenever she pops up in like other people's streams, like like for example, um, the neuro streams, obviously like the neuro collabs or whatnot. So these things true. It's not true, and also I probably should be fortunate. I probably should be fortunate that none of the people I clip have subjected me to such a horrible fate. Although I kind of say that now, but I also recall Ellie, like the two times she's popped in here, like I did recall her using the uppies emote. So yeah, that's great. that bum, I guess thank you for reminding me that again. I guess. You don't want to think, but I think you like brain rot VTubers with poor hygiene, like Honey and the Backstreet Girls. Well, I've heard, I have. Well, I don't know about Honey's and her hygiene. I mean, her hygiene is usually just kind of limited to just like leave. Hasn't I mean I haven't heard much of Honey having poor hygiene, but although the first thing that really comes to mind is the soup. So I don't know. But I don't recall her just being flat out stinky. She's also a mold tuber, yeah. The Backstreet Girls, yeah. I mean, listen, a shower every day never hurts, you know. Yeah, she's also a mold tuber. I mean, she hasn't really embraced mold tuber, but Honey definitely has embraced the Emperor, being the Emperor artist, and now she's weaponized this. Now she has fully weaponized it now. So yeah, don't get on her bad side, otherwise she shall draw you pregnant. What's with VTubers and mold going together all the time? It's it's a weird correlation. I'm not even gonna lie. Like being like someone just having like mold all together. I can't tell if this is just like a symptom of just being a full time streamer in general. Because I used to kind of think, I mean, extreme cases, you have situations like Asmongold, who had like who like has like his ridiculously horrifying room, but in his living situation, like where he literally just like looks like where he kind of just leaves every day out. But yeah, Roach Tuber even. Also, how you doing, Scape? How you been? So yeah, it's weird. It's but I also, my man, but I do worry is like some just like being a full time streamer, where you're just like where you're streaming every day and you just like you don't even bother taking care of yourself. It's weird. It's wild. We have Honeymoon Gold versus Krelly. I mean, is it really a comparison? I feel like Krelly has Honey beat on this one because I've heard. I mean, even Honey occasionally. I'm not sure even Honey occasionally cleans her room once in a while. So he would make a bold tuber compilation. I mean, it wouldn't be the. I mean, I would say that's a wild thing to clip about, but it's also not the worst thing people have clipped about. There are literal compilations of like people. There are literal compilations of VTubers who have burped on stream or like farted on stream. It's wild. There's like even a playlist full. And the first time I found out about this, it was insane. But I guess some people really just kind of really like that. I'm probably should be lucky I've not subjected myself to actually doing a clip about that. So, Chibi and Honey both have burp counters. Yeah, yeah. Brooks got Bobby Brooks got burp counter herself. So yeah, it's happened. It's just I don't know if I would ever bring myself to actually burp on stream, even knowing full well that most people are probably used to it. I don't know. I think it's just that courteous side of me just popping in or something. Yeah, I don't know. A Bo I know can absolutely burp like an absolute. He goes full in on the burps, or at least he used to. I think he kind of stopped doing that recently. So, damn. The series will be like back tubers, multubers, piss tubers, and preg tubers. I mean, there's a pretty noble group amongst those categories. So you probably would have a pretty decently sized like theses like lengthwise. You would have a pretty decently sized like clip to go with that. Everyday Bo seems to hate the Bozos more. I mean, I don't know. I, I mean, Bo kind of Bo at least kind of keeps some situation. Yeah, like Bo will occasionally put his foot down sometimes because you know. So forget the best comparison. I mean, Bozos like the Bozos can be mischievous, but they are. But I don't know about him hating. I don't know about Bo hating the Bozos in particular, but I know he doesn't. I don't think he really hates them. He now is playing the horse. Okay, well the horse girl game is pretty wild, admittedly. Someone worries about Bo is his help. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Bo's health is like guy literally has a D20. Like he always hits lucky on that when it comes to his health. So yeah, I mean, arguably, I would say. I mean, okay, Bo probably is. Bo said he hated the Bozos in some capacity. I don't. He obviously doesn't mean it. Obviously, because if he genuinely hated it. I think I saw a bit of this too. Like I was lurking on stream just a little bit earlier today. Yeah, I think I don't know. He was talking about something about hate. Like he would rather not have like hate watchers or something. I forgot what it was about, but yeah, it's something. If anything, I feel like if anything, I don't know, but yeah, nah, Bo doesn't hate the Bozos. Obviously, doesn't. You know. Oh yeah, I think, and I also kind of talked about this. I think I mean, the bozos can, yeah, bozos in general are mischievous creatures, but they aren't. They aren't like XEX coded. That's definitely more shamans. So I think it probably has a lot to do with the fact that a lot of the shamans can be schemers sometimes. And from personal experience, yes, I've definitely seen some of those schemes in action. Just hates us and we are okay. I don't hate you guys. I just hate that you don't listen to the one thing I tell you that I don't like, and you because you guys believe that there's more to it. There's nothing more to it. I just don't like uppies. All right. Again, cue to Bob Belcher quote. I love you all, but you are all terrible. So you are very terrible, especially when it comes to the uppies. So yeah, no, I love my fleas, and I will always like I said, I love my fleas. I'll try to do what I can. My MO always remain the same. I will do right by the people that do right. Yeah, that have always got to support me and do right by me. So that's always been my MO. Then that's still my MO now. You know, you know how it be. Just another day on the block. But yeah, yeah. So I love my fleas. Well, listen, I'm just okay. Well, listen, it is a wild statement, but at least I should just be happy that we settled on the flea community name. Uh, I, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, I could have been a crab VTuber, or I could have been like someone with like a C themed VTuber, a VTuber with C themed idea, and refer to my community name as the Crabs. That'd be like saying I love my crabs. So, have you seen? I have not seen Parker Fry. I hope, and yeah, because I do miss the amount. I will admit, I do miss the amount of times he attempted to try. They attempted to try to give me uppies, and he's like the only. As far as I'm aware, he's still the only multi-time. He's still the only person to have successfully given me uppies more than once via the command. So yeah, I hope he's all right. Life. I mentioned before, life can sometimes just like get in the way. So I hope he's all right. I hope he's all right indeed. So I don't miss uppies. To a degree, I miss someone when someone tries to give me uppies. Numerous hundreds, thousands of times. It's kind of like it's kind of like when someone boops your nose like numerous times. You're gonna get annoyed by it, but after they eventually stop, part of you kind of misses that feeling or understanding. Yeah, that does not sound like the same thing, Wacky. That does not sound like the same thing. Listen. Listen. Just that doesn't that I'm not encouraging you to try to give me uppies. But it's just that when someone's that dedicated to do it, you can't help but remember it and even sort of miss them trying to do. It's like I don't know, when you see someone like it's kind of like when you see like the mailman or like
please go home.
Seeing the neighborhood dog
like
every day. It's like when they disappear, you just like even if they know it the hell out of you, sometimes you kind of like can't help but wonder, you know. Yeah, your uppy time is indeed over. Everyone, your uppy the times are over. It's time to go home. It's time to relax. You guys stop giving me uppies. I shall remain here. You missed the person. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I miss Park Pride. I missed the person. So I hope they're doing all right. I don't know about Parker Fry personally, but I know I haven't seen them for a while, so I'm hoping they're okay. So I was timed out so you can hear. Well, okay, that's lovely. But yeah, no, I hope they're okay. So it is pretty wild. Well, not really wild, but it's like when we have a community, and as you kind of grow, like even if you grow up to like 1,000, 10,000 followers, you still, I feel it feels like you still sort of remember like the people that support you like early on. So, and it feels like a bit too. For me, it's wild saying that considering I'm not like nowhere near the 1,000 like follower mark. But when someone like disappears for a while, I can't help but notice, you know. So maybe he went to Uppy's jail. Well, listen, it's. I'm sure he's fine. It's not like I hold a secret Uppy's jail and hold them against their will for the rest of eternity. You know, that's not a thing. That does exist here. Definitely does not exist here. Definitely is not like I have like a particular secret room underneath this bedroom that I have, or anything of the sort. You know, it's all good. Nah, definitely no such thing as Uppy's jail. But don't give me Uppies. You know, we're definitely do not give me Uppies. So. I can't do the evil laugh. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of glad I got the venting part through. I didn't definitely was a lot shorter than anticipated. So, but that's probably a good thing. So, definitely was not looking for. Definitely did not want to like vent for like an hour. So. If there's no obvious jail, but if it was and you knew about it, I would have to make you disappear. Yeah, I mean, Q the OJ Simpson esque. If I did it, here's how it happened. You know, there's no uppies jail, but if there was, it would be it wouldn't be the best time of your life. You know, so you know. I also love how this playlist is now giving me sending me to like the the soundtrack for some of the more novel gotcha games, which is ironic because I haven't never really played a single gotcha game. So I don't know. It'd be wild seeing me play something like like Nikkei or Wonder or Wandering Waves or whatever's popular nowadays. But yeah, that'd be wild. Phone, sorry, phone rang. Um, but yeah, anyways, so yeah, definitely got some stuff to think about. also, I keep forgetting the Steam Summer Sales is ongoing as we speak. I think maybe I could probably dig through this list. I can probably get like a decent chunk of stuff to play for like the next month. So am I? No, I'm not falling into the gotcha. I'm not falling into that gotcha rabbit hole. It's not gonna. No. I feel like it's one of those games where it's kind of like the thing with League. I just if I like the worst fear isn't so much the fact I'm actually playing it, but it's the potential fact that I might actually get into it, and I would probably never forgive myself if it ever gets to that point. So, thanks for follow, Audio Evil. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, no. I'm not gonna fall into the gotcha hole. You're not gonna see me play like horse girl racing, So let's hope it never comes to that point. Yeah, unlike a certain average VTuber, So I hate this thing. We've got to give me. I think if I were to shoot, like if I were to be stuck, I mean I guess admittedly if I were to be stuck between playing like a game like League or Dota or playing a gacha game, I definitely would probably choose gacha game. So a specific reference, yeah, that for sure. But Boulder just completely unrelated. But Boulder just did 398 damage from Maxi. I think I'm not worthy for. Oh, you are playing Terraria. You are playing Terraria. Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing Terraria. I just have not actually gotten enough motivation to actually give it a try, though. So. Yeah, it's very oddly specific reference indeed. But yeah, I had a few games I was definitely probably willing to try for next month. I just have to actually go through the list and see what's available to play. Also, I could have sworn Terraria was always like $5, like $5 USD. So I guess not. Shit. Oh well. It's not like $5 is expensive. It's not like I'm not. It's not like I probably would have used it for something else like a cheeseburger or something from McDonald's. But nah, well, it'd be what it'd be with that one. Da, 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 da. Sorry, now I'm just okay. Now I'm just kind of checking through my entire list, my library. A $5 cheeseburger, yeah, ain't even $5 nowadays. That's the genuinely sad part from McDonald's and like all the other fast food spots. So, damn, what I wouldn't go for a $5 cheeseburger myself. Also, Minori, welcome in, welcome in. Let's see, but yeah, but yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like maybe 2 weeks from now. Again, the current plan, I guess now is like I'm probably just for next week is I'm probably just gonna like do marbles for like marbles Monday, and then probably take the rest of the week off so I could just like have like a bit of a mental reset, So at least on the streaming side of things, because it does feel like everything's been coming to a head lately. So yeah. I mean, with that being said, I'll still pop into like other people's chats in case just to say hi. But yeah. So. But yeah. Sorry. Take a drink real quick. Yeah, no, we will definitely do marbles Monday. I mean, because it's like the last day of the month, so I gotta do that. And also, yeah, side note, I still have to set up sub goals for July. I mean, this month has been decent, but I think I definitely need to put in much better goals. And I think I also kind of underestimate you guys once again. So yeah. Definitely underestimate all you guys. So yeah, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could do another drinking stream. Like the one with David was fun, but yeah, I don't know if I could do it on a monthly basis. That might be a bit much. So, but we'll see. I also just reminded myself I still have to I have to buy a whole lot of diapers because I have to go to someone's baby shower later today. And I have never been to a lot of baby showers. Never mind the fact that I would have to buy like a whole case of diapers. So I got that to look forward to as well. Have confidence, yeah. Well, have confidence in buying diapers. I think I could do this. I'm pretty sure I could have more than enough confidence to buy a package of diapers. So. No, I know what you're referring to though, Odin. Yeah, I know. Catnip. Yeah, you gotta experience it. Honestly, no. I don't have I really don't have I obviously don't have any kids. Nor do I have siblings. Nor do I have any siblings that have kids. My cousin's got kids, but a lot of times my brother ended up taking care of them, like wherever they visit, like from wherever. I can't really dox the state that they live in, but I mean, because my brother was like a CNA, so he kind of more or less knew how to change diapers from. I mean, it's really not that different. Like as he told me, he's not really all that different between changing babies and changing the diapers from senior citizens. Apparently, it's like one of the same. The only difference is that senior citizens are a lot. Arguably, they're probably like more reluctant than babies. So it needs more than one person shower. Well, if we were going literal on that one, yeah, that would sound insane. No. Just baby showers. Just go in. Yeah, how it is. Party. It's a party for those that are couple that is expecting a kid like in the near future. Throw a little gift, like throw a little party for them. I never understood. I never been to a lot of those, so I never actually know. So I'm hoping all works out well. But the thing but I don't know. For this particular one, like they were like my friend whose like girlfriend is expecting the baby. Like I think she's like 7 months pregnant as we speak. He mentioned he kind of encouraged me to kind of bring like a whole set because like particularly because there's a raffle, and there's also a particular chance if I win said raffle, I might get a pretty nice bottle of tequila. Definitely can't say that was a good motivator to me. I'm not gonna say that's a good motivator to getting me to buy diapers at like Walmart or Target or whatever, but it definitely doesn't hurt either. So, you know, babies do get something violent sometimes. You need backup, right? Yeah, well, thankfully, I think we have a lot of people coming in, so I think we're good. So, yeah, senior citizens can also punch the hell out of you. My brother's pointed out the number of times where they have gotten, like, violent, like, pretty violent. Either because, like, especially, like, for those that live in memory care, like, for those that are, like, mentally unwell, so, yeah, it's actually pretty wild how much, like, it's actually pretty wild, like how they could be like 90 or 100 years old, and if they somehow punch you, it's still gonna like hurt like hell. Because I think the human, honestly, I think the human body is like really capable of like really hitting you hard where it hurts if you like don't hold back. And I think my brother mentioned like there was a guy who was like mentally unwell that nearly kind of punched him. Like he got grazed by it, but even like a graze on the shoulder sort of hurt, or not a graze on the shoulder, graze like on the cheek. Even that sort of hurt, even though like he didn't get all of it. Like I think he might have only got like one knuckle, but still like hurt like hell. So yeah, never underestimate senior citizen strengths. I guess is what some of them could really like because I guess some of them really could really knock the hell out of you. So, you know, yeah. So definitely, yeah, definitely can't say ever be envious of being a CNA or like a certified nursing assistant. For those who don't know, but yeah, yeah, no, but yeah. Now I have to figure out. Now I have to try buy. Now I have to buy a package of diapers. And I guess as PNG suggested, maybe some catnip too. so, so I got that going for me. Ba, 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 ba. All right, let me check something real quick. Also, I guess Taco gave me Taco Princess Arts. I guess she gave me one potential solution to fix my back issue. It's she posted like on the general on my Discord. I mean, I'm not gonna doubt that it probably works, but I don't know. But going off of it based on like the name alone, I have my doubts about it. You know. particularly particularly this was kind of what she suggested to me. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, she said that it's strong. It has a minty smell. I will take her word for it. I just, but I don't know if I should. I don't know. Maybe I should check out other viable options before I resort to something like paying a trait. So yeah. just in case I forget, I'm probably gonna just keep this in the corner if it'll let me. Yeah, there we go. No one's a good question, I'm sure. So, oh yeah. Also, oh yeah. Also, I. I mean, I was also thinking while I take while I take the week off, the rest of the next week off, I probably will just like I'm probably gonna try to make some improvements on stream at the same time. Like work on just a few things here and there. Hopefully, try to improve the experience just a little more. Um, per usual, I will always, if you guys always have any suggestions, I would kind of love to hear it. Like over on at least put it on Discord because I'm probably gonna forget half of it if we're being real. So, yeah, because I always will try because the goal is always not just like treating this is try not to treat streaming as like a secondary thing. I always want to try to treat it in equal fashion as I do with with like how I treat clips as a priority or like anything else of the sort. So Also, shit. Okay, 3 minute ad break. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna grab a drink while we're on this ad break. I will probably, yeah. I'll just let you guys do it. In the meantime, my usual MO. I don't have a BRB screen. I really should probably try to do myself to kind of actually make one. But yeah. I'm just gonna do what I usually do. Stare at you menacingly, and for the time being, and I guess promote. Also, I don't know why the bottle's in reverse, but it's a good VRV. Well, I'm glad it's decent at the very least. But I also want to find a way to. Sorry, but yeah, sorry. Just doing that real quick. Yeah, I'm not gonna probably explain any of this, so yeah, I'm just gonna put this giant bottle of penetrate right in front of you, from my head, and take it for what it is. Anyways, I will be right back. So, and when we come back, I probably will actually get started with actually finishing Crash Bandicoot for once. That's assuming I don't yap for too long. So, but yeah, I will be back. Okay, I am back. I am back indeed. Go get that get that interesting bottle of pain relief. What you call it out of there? There you go. And pop that out. There you go. Anyways. So. What to do? What to do? Hmm. Oh yeah. By the way, I was gonna say, it seems like also seems like the last couple of days. I, sorry, I mean to bring up this type of news, but I did also notice a few other people were kind of, a few notable people were kind of leaving V Shoujo. I don't want to bring this particular bit up. I did took note like the last couple days. Like I believe both. I guess maybe it's also because of the fact that it is pretty significant. But yeah, I did notice like both Giga and Zentria were leaving V Shoujo. So, and that's actually I want to say that's wild, but it also seems like that's actually is pretty wild because I guess because especially in the cases of Trey because she kind of pretty much was like the actual embodiment of like one of the many embodiments of like what made V Shoujo alongside like the other people like Iron Mouse and whatnot. But yeah, still wild that they're both leaving. But it's but at the same time, I guess lots of people doing posts about V shows at the companies. I think, I think the issue, I think the problem is like, I don't think that's gonna be the case. I mean, the thing is like, they so far neither of them really kind of like, yeah, there's still over 10 people in the talents. Like Iron Mouse is the most like Iron Mouse obviously is the most prominent. They still got Melody. They still have like I think it's I guess because like I think it's just the fact that it's been like there's like three prominent people that kind of left in like a short amount of time. And people are just kind of like dooming and glooming about the fact that the company's going down. But the thing is at the end of the day, it's still a company. Like at the end of the day, VJojo's probably like so long as like they don't have like so long as their reputation's like it's not like along the lines of like Niji Sanji or like even to like some lesser extent Hololive, like at the end of the day, it's still gonna be a company. They're gonna end up finding more people to kind of. They're not gonna. Granted, they're probably not gonna replace like the type of popularity that like Matara or Zentrea had, but they will find. They'll eventually find more people to kind of cover for. So no, it's not really going. I don't think the company's really going down. It's just it's like it's more along the lines of the fact that you know they're just. It seems like a lot of this is more or less mutually parting ways. Like not so much as like actual drama to it. Some people will always want to find drama in these kind of events, even if there are none. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Like, and I think half of it is because like I don't know. Some people really strive to hear about drama as a bystander, like from like bystanders who really want to hear drama, even if they don't find it like certain. I don't know. They just I've never understood the reason behind like why some people do that, but you know. But I guess it's. But I guess some people just are the way they are. I think I think half the other half is like you look at and I know I'm swaying this into like a conversation about like how videos do it, but a lot of the videos unfortunately get like a lot more views on like drama and like doom and gloom and yeah, I don't know. I think some people just really like I don't know if it's a case of like that type of stuff that like conditions people to kind of feel like that type of stuff or if it's the other way around. But where it's like where people that are like that are creating the videos that it's probably both a chicken and egg situation that one. But yeah, I don't know. Some people just really strive on like listening to other people's, about doom posting, or just like listening into like other people's like, being negative about how other, so it's wild. It's wild in that sense. So there are a lot of people graduating now. Yeah, it is true. Girl graduated. You know, like girl graduated. Niana is planning to graduate. Although, Gomi and like everybody else's sort. And yeah, I know. Granted, most of them probably are now under like, are probably going to like go to corporation, or going to agencies or just sort of, it's pretty eventful news. So the last couple months, so yeah, actually, thinking about it now, the whole year has been like pretty wild. Between all this and like the dramas that kind of curved around, like everything between like girl graduating, significant number of Hall talents leaving, uh, so the whole Cinder fiasco, you know, the thing with Maxway and everything. It's been very very hectic. Admittedly, very hectic news in the VTuber world. I think Giga has the ability. Honestly, Giga's always, Giga's. I feel like Giga is more capable of it. I think in her case, it's like the realization that she never really needed like a corporation. She always like had the capability to kind of thrive on it, like to thrive on her own. Oh, what's the Cinder fiasco? Well, Cinder with an S, but the fire, yeah, it's Cinder with an S. But basically, just a quick because you'll probably find a whole lot of videos on YouTube that talk about this. But basically, she she basically coerced a art. She basically was just like being manipulative and was trying to put like to the point where her and her manager were essentially just like creating like, actually I can't even do TLDR, but it was basically her and her manager basically manipulating, putting everyone down for her own like successful like benefits, for her own personal benefit, like not personal but for her own benefits, I guess, so there's a lot of videos that are out there about it had kind of happened a few months back. It was it was a wild situation, but more or less she manipulated people who believed that who genuinely thought that they were like that she was a friend, and it turned out it was just purely business for her. And yeah, pretty much that. I am really horrible with explaining stuff, so apologies if it never comes across as 100% accurate, but pretty much that. It was manipulated. This one, like a good significant number of artists, most notable being Nanolis, and yeah, really kind of it really kind of shook a number of people in their like, especially those that were like close to Cinder, basically to the point where it really nearly like it really shook the whole indie VTuber scene for a good while. Yeah, it's definitely screwed Bao and like other. So what I like about Bao is that he is like a living VTuber that maybe would be graduating by now or grow. I mean, the irony. One, I think. Well, most of it is because he's willing to kind of raid into smaller streamers, and that type of significant rub will definitely can definitely do worlds of wonders of good, at least or at the very least it gives you like a significant boost. I think, I mean, it probably also doesn't hurt that it'll like seemingly has not been like, yeah, I don't want to say like people are like genuinely good or genuinely bad. It's because we never actually know how most people are like behind the scenes, but at the very least, Vel does not seem like someone that is manipulative in any sense, as far as I can tell. So, I might get a Google doggy. from Evil about her experience with AI, and then we lose that. Well, okay. Well, honestly, mm, I actually would kind of love to hear a Google Docu from Evil. I feel like I think I would love to hear nothing else. Totally love Crowley and Hana, but I've never heard about them before. But well, Mike, seriously. Well, okay. Well, I actually joke about the Google Docu, but they, but I near well, I want to say I nearly had a Google Docu myself, but that was more of a joke one that ideologist tried to do on me a few days ago. So all because for a while I raised the price of that Lord David meow sound alert to like 1,000 or 5,000. So there was that. But
Meow.
yeah, like that. Honestly, your clips were the reason we got back to what. Yeah, I, I would never. I still have not gotten used to that point where people have mentioned like how about how the clips I put out like have led them to like finding their favorite streamers, be it Ellie or Bo or whoever, and yeah, I don't know. I've never fully gotten used to it, I appreciate you watching the clips at the very least. So clip of but yeah, the clip of El Ring Shimi's out. Yeah, clips really clips really are the like literal flyers out onto the YouTube world at the very least. You know, so you're good out. Well, I do the best I can with my clips at the very least. Always try to give like 110% to the best of my ability, and like I never at the very least to try to put out do as much as I can with it. Well, first brought you to Ellie, but your clips got me to watch your all around her. Yeah, I mean, I like I'm kind of glad they are working out the way they do. It was kind of it was still kind of wild when I first heard about like because I guess I wasn't thinking too much about the YouTube algorithm, but it was pretty wild when like I think roughly a year ago, Bo mentioned about how like his like nieces or something have started finding clips of Ellie, and yeah, it's pretty wild how the algorithm be or how all that comes around, and yeah, it's still wild to this day. So, um, but yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I do what I can with my clips, and still plan to put out more for as long as I reasonably can. So yeah, so I can never get used to like because like I mentioned it before like numerous times in the past, like it's the weird butterfly effect, like where stuff you do doesn't seem like it's much at first, but you realize there's a profound effect. You until you find out later like there's a profound effect to it. So technically I could blame you that Bo stole your money from Venmo baiting subs. I mean, theoretically, I mean, I guess you could, but I didn't really. I don't think I really had a hand on the whole Fembo thing. you know, Bo. I would say definitely put that blame on Bo. He had the one. He had the Fembo model to begin with. You know, and I mean, I don't know. Listen, Fembo's Fembo. I can't. I had no say or business in doing that. So, you know. But yeah, yeah. So, I. But yeah, admittedly though, like recently, I've been meaning to kind of like put out. I've been gonna. I mean, the current plan now is I'm gonna try to like. I talk about like pushing myself too much, but in this context of clips, like I still want to kind of get back to a point where I used to be like a little more consistent with it. Because nowadays, it does seem like lately, the amount of clips I put out hasn't been as like much as I would prefer. So I've been meaning to kind of like shift myself back up to that editing stream win. Well, I have actually kind of tested. I will tell you this. I have actually been tested around. I have been tested around with it. I was actually gonna. I was actually thinking about possibly doing as soon as like when I come back. The problem is but obviously it has its own caveats. One, I don't know if it's something I could schedule. Like if something happens and I want to like stream like myself like editing something, I probably will without probably without notifying people. I don't know. It goes back to the whole thing about content. Sometimes if something happens, content will just happen spontaneously, and I probably will not have enough time to actually announce anything. So yeah, I don't know. Those streams will probably be spontaneous, and also the timing is probably gonna be a bit random at times. Like sometimes I might do it like sometimes I might do editing like during the morning. Other times it might be like late at night, you know. But I am open to doing the streams. So yeah, and I have actually kind of tested around. I just wanted to make sure everything was good. Everything was like within reason, making like everything seemingly worked the way it did. Um, just finding. I also don't know if I will be able to do this for every clip, but I will definitely, I definitely will do it for like a good chunk of clips. I think I was kind of hesitant initially when like if for those like that were kind of curious why I didn't do this like when I first started streaming in general. I was kind of hesitant because I didn't know if it was gonna come across as like a decent form of content, you know. Because more often than not, I usually am just like quiet whenever I do my editing, you know. So, but I'm willing to kind of test it out, and I've kind of always said if it works out the way it does, then we could definitely make it into something, you know. And otherwise, it probably would just be like me doing this doing this quietly while, yeah, like a co-work yes type of stream, the worst case scenario. So. But yeah, as someone pointed out, I wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't not know whether or not whether it works out or not. I wouldn't know for sure unless I tried. So, you know, But yeah, I'm definitely willing to. Definitely thinking about probably trying it. Like as soon as I come back. As soon as I come back from the week off for next week, because I definitely feel like my mind's been cooked, admittedly. So yeah, we'll see. Remember, you are giving money to the person that asks $600 to his parents for the Yanish. Yeah, it's the very same guy. That $600 saga is still pretty wild. Think about it to this day. I'm glad it's been clipped. So, but yeah. But yeah, I was kind of mean. But I was thinking about now, and I think it's probably at the very least it'll be a very good like, at least from the streaming side of things, it definitely would be like a very good break from like the usual gaming and yapping they usually do. I mean, I'm still probably gonna be yapping if I'm like in a really good mood for it, but yeah, can't really be. I don't know if I would be. I definitely don't think I'd be doing games every single time. So. And I got to do a little, at least a little something to like define that variety clipper tag, right? So beyond just like games in the app. So you really clipping? I mean, I would assume so. It's not like I have like over near 200 clips in relation to certain Miss Minibot underscore Minibot. So, I mean, with Ellie in particular, I find Ellie very entertaining and very interesting in her own right. So, and it's kind of hard not to kind of clip her at this rate because she is she's very clippable. Like there's a particular there's a particular type of like I don't know the term, but there's yeah, I did see that part that she's so yeah, because the stuff she said, I mean, yeah, stuff she says is I know it's to the point where it's like if you watch enough of her clips, there's stuff that she says that you know is particular to Ellie, like in a very Ellie code like nature. So she'll watch the clips and not remember saying that. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of the many reasons why I kind of like why I kind of love and love the Clipper because like she's so like you know mouth goes before brain sometimes. Yeah, but she says stuff that's all, but she also says a lot of things that are particularly Ellie coded, like stuff that only Ellie would particularly say. It's very unique in its own way. It's very unique in its own way. So Crowley is also is actually not pretty clippable. She's very clippable to the point where I searched up her name like on YouTube and nearly every clipping channel from the most prominent to like even the smallest ones have clipped her in some way, shape, or form. It's like yeah, some people are just like really yeah, some people just really have that particular thing about them that just like makes people want to clip them. Like they're entertaining. They are very like they say something that's like so out there or like interesting that you know I was like, do you know when I was a kid, I drive the truck alone to Las Vegas. Yeah, just sprouting up stuff like that, like from time to time, and because it's it's strangely adorable. Like for Ellie's case, it's like it's weirdly adorable and it's like wholesome, but it's also so weirded out there, and it's like it's one of the main things that I think we most of us kind of like about her. Like that's what I like, and that's what I like about her at least. Sporadic stories and tangents. Like Minnie kind of said it best, like during one of these streams, like where she had said basically what made like the thing that makes Ellie so entertaining is like she could literally talk about the most like she could talk about just about anything and make it funny or make it interesting. Like I think like even to the point where it could be like the most mundane topic that people probably would not be about her clip about it, but it's so funny because it's just of how she talks about or what her opinion is. So that's kind of why, and that's kind of why I like about her too. So also, if some bigger features mentioned Battle, you get like three different channels. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's the case too with that one. It's like, yeah, um, if somebody so yeah, yeah, and also so yeah, smaller. I mean, a lot of smaller VTubers will always kind of mention bigger ones in general, but yeah. So I get what you mean with that one. Crowley's like, do you know I have a jar, man? Yeah, yeah. Crowley's also pretty spontaneous in that way too. She's like, it's pretty wild. It's kind of seeing how big she kind of immediately blew up because I mentioned before, like I actually kind of had followed her a year ago, and while she was like significantly decently like she was like decently sized at like around 100, and it's kind of wild the day and night difference between then and now, like not where she's now regularly getting like 800 listen like 1,000 average viewers. So I found yeah, like but she's even back then she was always really clippable. So the female version has been going. Well, the Cal V2, everyone's favorite green Cal V2, I guess. Then there's Coco. I'm not gonna lie, with Coco, I would never like. I don't think I would ever figure out how to properly. Well, I mean, you always clip her. I don't know how to properly like clip. Like I don't know if I ever found myself wondering how to clip Coco in a way that would make sense. Because I think half of her streams is usually just like chat, TTS, just like talking to her and just like her responding back or something. Half the time at least. Can't decide if her childlike thing is part of the character or realish. Yeah, that's true. Carly seems fun. I've seen her come with. Yeah, I mean, she has yeah, she's been very entertaining. I don't know, like I think I don't know if I would ever get to the point where I probably would clip her, and I think it's because of the fact that everybody else has clipped her. It's like what, and I kind of said before, it's always I never found myself in a situation where I would want to clip like another version of the same thing. Yeah, especially if there's like 2 or 3 other versions of a clip that has that same context or something, whatever, you know. But if it ever gets to the point where like she pops into like, or she says something about like, I would, but at the same time, I guess it's like never say never with me. you know, Theoretically speaking, like there's nothing really holds me back from like clipping certain people. It just comes down to whoever like I'm down, wherever I think I can make like a decent clip out of it, or along the lines of like, do I have the time for it? Stuff like that. So, XCX vertical cat. So it's a thing. So, but yeah, some people just have that ability where they just can be that clippable. Forgot what I was gonna say earlier, but IMD vertical. I definitely bring up the vertical. I definitely make up the vertical and vertical long cat. The tall cat. The tall cat, yeah, the tall. I be a tall boy, so get that raccoon cat. Well, I never asked. Well, I've asked Brooke, like Bowie Brooke, the one who made my model. I've asked her about. I tried to ask her about why my tail particularly looks like a raccoon or a beaver. I don't think she ever gave me a full-on excellent answer to that, but yeah, it does kind of. But I'm kind of more interested in the fact that that the tail has some very wobbly physics, more so than more so than my actual model itself. So you needed something to be thick. I don't know. I guess you can only be long and narrow for so long. So, but I also can see why you guys would theoretically want to give me uppies. This is not the way it wobbles. I am not. FYI, I'm not actually doing these wobbles myself. It does it on its own. Even the head movements and everything. So it's not really like a fully tracked model. This is basically just the only thing that's tracked is the mouth, and that's about it. So makes you feel bigger, appear bigger. Well, I guess that's true, but that doesn't really mean I want it. Or that doesn't mean I don't want to be grabbed against my will and dangled around for everyone's entertainment. It's definitely not like that's ever happened on stream before. Nope, certainly not the case. Just don't try to find it. Shouldn't the cat plushie win? Okay. Well, to be fair, if it ever gets to that point where I was big enough to get merch, I definitely probably would consider having my own version of the plushie with. But the thing is like, you could probably find like another plushie like this on Amazon. I think there's already been a few people that actually showcase the fact that exists. But I guess if I were to ever have my own merch, I probably would have the version with my own face on it. So you're not wiggling. There are long cat plushies already. Yeah, so theoretically, you could get a plush, I guess a plush version of me already. It wouldn't be official, but you would get. I guess I probably would definitely do a plush if I ever get to, if and that's a big if. I don't ever expect it, but if it ever gets to that point, I probably would definitely have that. But I think the only thing to differentiate would probably be how to have like this actual face on it. So That way it will look like you are giving the actual long cat. As much as it pains him for me to admit, it'll give you the opportunity to do what you've always wanted and live, which is raise me up Simba style, and I don't know, impress your friends or something. I don't know what you do with a long cat plush apart from sleeping with it, but it is what it is. Long cat keychain would be fun. Long cat keychain would probably be ridiculous. Would probably be like at least a foot long. I don't know. Anyways, definitely save these ideas for like I don't know, maybe in another life if I were to get big. But look, general chat. Okay, let me check. Yeah, all right. I'm checking. I'm checking it, Ren. Not Ren. X fan. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's because you X. It's because you and Ren are probably like two of the most regular people that usually talk on general chat. So I'm like, I kind of assume it's you, Ren. So, and I guess Taco too, Taco Princess. So, yeah, there's that. Also, how did we get to EDM? I remember we were just literally. I remember long ago we were literally on, like, the lo-fi s thing, but oh well. You also need some type of wacky merch. Well, I mean, wacky. I mean, Wacky's capable. Wacky's definitely capable of getting his own merch. But he definitely needs a. He definitely needs a plush. He definitely needs a. Definitely needs a keychain. A plush, a keychain, and probably like a shirt that says "I love bilfs" or something. Whatever works. you know. Anyways. But yeah, X, if you were gonna post anything, yeah, just let me know. Also, this song absolutely bangs. you know. So yeah, for those that don't know, I believe Ellie collaborated with this particular artist, or I think in Kunaro. Recently came out with a new song called "Magnificent," which features Ellie. I think vocal wise, this is more or less all Ellie, but with Kunaro handling the production side. But yeah, it's available now, like for everyone's listening pleasure. So a wacky squeeze ball, a wacky stress ball will do wonders. And I know Brooke would love that too. She could pop that. That's the one ball she could definitely pop that I would have no problem with. Which reminds me, I actually need to tell Brooke to actually replace my currently busted ball that she has in her possession. So yeah, someone please remind her that because I'm probably gonna forget. Let me check. Let me check the time real quick. Okay, so yeah. Sorry. Anyways, I have to kind of eventually get to Crash 2 because I probably would have to leave in like hour and a half. I think. Yeah, crunch the brain. As always, crunch the brain. Also, for those that don't know, referring to my wacky brain, who is an artist and some other stuff, and yeah, if you always want to check him out, all you have to do, or if you ever want to find out more about him, all you have to do here, at least from here, is to hit exclamation mark Bilf, and you will know everything you need to know about about one of our many residential brains. So, also I need a separate command for Bilk. Brain I love to crunch. So, but I don't know what to do with that particular command. So yeah, Yuri or whoever, if you guys have any ideas, I'm always willing to listen. So. Actually, a lot of pretty good songs actually came out this week. this song obviously came out today. Obviously, Evo came out with her own song "Boom" last Wednesday. Iway from the Milan community put out macaroni and cheese. You know, that was also a banger itself. So, and I'll say, hey, Taco, what's good? What's good? What's good? Um, yeah. So, anyways, it's actually pretty wild how often I get through these drinks, but yeah, brain crunch, always crunch the brain. Oh, I guess nothing happened. All right, no, we're good. Anyways, no, don't. Oh, Taco, no. I just literally went off. Well, I want to say I just went off a tangent. If we're being real, I went out through numerous tangents to tell you guys I don't like uppies. That's never been a thing. Never will be a thing. I guess you could crunch. I mean, you're okay with crunching the brain, though. I have no problem having you do that. So yeah, you're good. But yeah, so many people here that should be doing something. Oh wait, what are y'all do? Wait, what are you two actually doing? I'm definitely out of the loop on this one. Whatever you're referring to, Yuri. So yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna try to get through Crash for once. Monka, Monka indeed. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry, make sure everything's good on my end. Okay, we're good. Alright. There we go. Developed by Vicarious Visions. Alright, let me. There we go.
It's Crash Bandicoot!
Alright. Sure, everything's good. We're good. We're okay. Oh, no. Yeah, classic Activision. Striking the fear and disappointment in everyone's hearts. Alongside EA. I don't think P&G is available right now, so alright, I'm just gonna set the title myself. There we go. Anyways, I should be done with this game after today. I should be able to directly in theory, but I don't think it's gonna take too long. But and if that's the case, will probably just do something else. But we'll see. We shall see indeed. But yeah, always love Crash. Always love doing this on Saturday. And then we'll see. But yeah, it should be done after. Today. So.
What is your problem, Bandicoot? I will not ask you again to bring me the crystals.
Bring me crystals.
Obtain the remaining 5 crystals, Crash, and bring them to me.
Yeah, so I think another 5 levels. I think it's still have to grab a few more secrets, but yeah, we should be good. In theory, at least. Yeah, we got all the colored gems. Yeah, we're good. shit. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. This game's so fun. Also, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm probably thinking about switching up just a little bit for like for the next Saturday stream, because not next week Saturday, but like the next time I do a Saturday stream, because up to this point I was mostly kind of just like alternating between like Crash and Spyro. But I'm starting to realize even that could be a bit monotonous. So yeah, I don't know. I'm probably thinking about switching to like something different, like a different type of retro game. I don't know how you did mention earlier that she would kind of want, she was kind of interested in playing Spyro. I told her definitely go for it, because you really can't go wrong with Spyro at the end of the day. Bum, bum, bum. And also some of the I think some of the older games that, or some of the games that like people used to kind of play, like the multiplayer ones, like Liar's Bar and the Headliners. I believe those recently got updates lately. I definitely want to give that a try. I know Scape kind of brought it up, the fact that there was a no. That's great. I know Scape recently just mentioned that like the update for Headliners came out, so I'm assuming that the next time we do like our Headliners collab, we'll probably give that a try, or whatever the changes may be. I kind of forgot what he mentioned. Was shit. Yeah, so we'll probably be trying that out at some point. There's no way I did that. Yeah. And then I think Liar's Bar, I think, recently came out with a poker update. And I'm kind of curious if I could actually set up something like that with a few other people. Because I believe the last time I tried Liar's Bar was actually before I technically debuted with Brooke, David, and like Aki. Shit. Christ. Okay, I should not. Okay, and usually I'm not. Well, I want to say I'm not that bad, but honestly, we're kind of on par for the course. So let me. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm probably ask around to see if anyone's interested in like giving Liar's Bar, like giving our go on Liar's Bar again. There's no freaking way. Okay, now I'm just being overzealous here. Also, I noticed a lot of people were kind of playing Peak as well. Should not be this bad, but alas. Yeah, I'm really just flubbing at this rate. Fuck. Okay, see, we're off to a good start again. There's no freaking way. What the hell? Okay, I don't even know what the hell's going on with this one. With this run. Alright, maybe I should time this properly this time around. There we go. Oh my god. Yo, hey Con, what's good? Okay, well, yeah, I might as well just go through it and then go through again. Okay, because I just remember, I think I have to get all the boxes from the original run, and then I have to go back and go through the death platform, assuming that I don't die, which is gonna be annoying. But what can I do? Pop. And just in order to get the other clear gem. But anyways, Calm, I hope you've been, I hope you've been well today. I think, yeah, if I recall, I think you were playing Peak, you were playing Peak before, like, not so long ago, right? With, Sora and everyone else. Yeah, game looks, I was gonna say, game looks fun as hell. But, you should try it, yeah. I've been meaning to. I actually have to figure out who to. I just actually have to find some people to play with me. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, come. What's good? Well, you're very trustworthy. I'm assuming if I were to go back and check your playthrough that you are as trustworthy as you claim to be. No, don't do that. Alright. I mean, listen, I'll take your word for it. Certainly not like I don't think you would lie to me, you know? Unpublished. Nah, you're good. Listen, listen, calm. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. I would never ever lie to anyone. Well, you seem trustworthy. Okay, listen, you seem trustworthy. I'll take your word for it, Mr. Calm. Bye bye. Oop. But anyways, but yeah, I'm down for it. But although it might have to be like 2 weeks from now, because I actually, because for next week, apart from like Monday, I'm probably going to like take a bit of a mental break, because I've been feeling like a bit. Admittedly, I've been feeling a bit out of it for next week. So I might. But the week after that for sure, so. Oh, shit. Just gonna wait for that to crash, yeah. Gotta take breaks, don't you? Yeah, true. True. Yeah, and that's what that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, it feels like I'm going like full on overdrive, like the last couple weeks, and it feels like I've been feeling a bit out of it here and there. So, thinking about definitely just like, so. Oh shit. I say while not taking breaks. Look over. Look up. It says "good, very gullible" on the ceiling. Yeah, true. Yeah, I know. Gotta be careful not to damage yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've said before, like, it's usually I usually have that type of mentality where it feels like I need to kind of go all like I need to give it my damnedest like every single time. And while that's usually admirable, it's definitely not healthy in the long run. As a way to like stabilize. Yeah. Found out doing breaks just leave me feel real guilty, so I usually just do a long stream or short stream the next. Yeah. In my case, I think it was like I want to like stay committed to my schedule for the most part, and I hate the idea of like canceling anything. So I usually will just like not. More often than not, I would like try to stay committed to like doing my streams or doing a stream sometime. But the problem is obviously things will always happen. Not everything's going to be like full on. There we go. Now we could go back on the Duff platform. Well, Ogish, you got some. No worries, come. And then again, listen, listen. I'm definitely open to playing Peak with you and like other people if you're down for it, So, yeah, we could definitely talk about at some point afterwards. Because I've always said before, I'm always kind of open to doing collabs for the most part with just like nearly everybody, so it's all good. But yeah, in any case, calm. I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, got text. You too? Yeah, appreciate it once again, so. Make it. I really hope that didn't cancel the Death platform too. It's gonna be. Oh no, it didn't. No, I had the checkpoint. Never mind. Fuck, how did I... I missed 3 freaking boxes. That's great. I mean, I guess it's probably a good thing. This is probably... Well, I was gonna say it's like the most annoying... It's probably the most annoying level in this warp room, but... If we're being honest, this one... I'll come back to this one, but if we're being honest, I think this one probably is the most annoying one. And that is the dreaded, and that's the ones with the jetpacks, the jetpack riding ones. Wait, like, there we go. But we'll say this music is pretty good though. Especially if you're like aiming to collect every every crate, so here we go. Also, even though like the control, even though the controls are no longer inverted, it's still pretty annoying to deal with. There you go. And I grazed that thing. Oh, fuck. Maybe probably ignore grabbing the one before and just go full on it with it. There we go. Come on. Alright. Civil enough. At the very least, there's no secrets associated with this, so I'll take it for what it is. Alright. But yeah, unfortunately, we do have to go back to the first level because the need to complete this game 100% is it can be way too overwhelming at times. That type of completionist attitude. So. Not sure actually where it started. I think honestly, I think a lot of it was kind of just a result of me wanting to achievement hunting. Especially when I started once I got like the Xbox 360 back in the day. Oh, I did miss all 3 of those boxes up here. But yeah, ever since they did achievements, like the game started implementing achievements, I was hooked on that for a really long time. Oh, come on, come on. Alright, grab all that. Just gotta be extremely careful, more or less. And not die during this entire run, leading up to the dev platform when I go back to it. I'm also probably gonna ignore the check, the whatchamacallit, the checkpoint crates, so when I get back to it, I'll break it there, and then I don't have to like go all the way back from further back, you know. Okay, we can head back. Don't. Why did you belly hop on that? Or why did you try to help belly hop on that? I mean. Also, think about it now, this probably wouldn't have mattered anyway, since we can't really. Since we shouldn't really. I mean, I guess it really wouldn't matter because we aren't trying to die leading up to the dev platform, so. Whoops. Alright. Got that. Alright. Alright, so key, definitely don't die. How hard could that possibly be? Alright, good. So going through this again, we should definitely have this now. Like all crates this round. Oof. I know those arms were down by the time I touched that. Whatchamacallit, that scrubbing bubbles-esque robot. Here we go again. Bum, 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 bum. Again, probably should be very lenient of the fact that this game gives you so many lives. I think that was why the fourth game, like, they didn't bother. I mean, they gave you the option to like put lives into the game, like for Crash Bandicoot 4. But more or less, I think by default they don't really bother giving you a live system of any kind because, like, it doesn't factor much. I think with the fourth game, so. Because yeah, this game definitely is really lenient. How the hell did I miss 3 boxes again? There's no freaking way. There's something I'm not missing. There's something I'm completely missing here. Alright. Let's try this again. Cocoa and not cocoa nuts. Cocoa Bandicoot. You're my own hope. I wonder if I was wondering if there were like there was like a hidden set of crates I'm missing. Just have to be extremely careful. Is there any back there? No. Oh. Oh no, 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 you're not pushing me today. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I'm missing him back in the. Oh, way too close. So I don't know. I think I'm missing it back. Probably missing it back somewhere around like the dev platform, but I don't know. I don't actually know. Or maybe, or actually maybe. Oof. I don't even know how the hell that happened, but too close for cover. Way too close. Oh, right. Okay, those boxes back there. Completely forgot. Well, that was one hell of a lucky jump. I wasn't even like paying attention like to the amount of crates I could have gotten like during the bronze levels. Like the last 2 times I've been here. Because I think I just kind of assumed the rest were just gonna be nitro card crates. Oh well. Oop. Go. And now we can finish. Now we'll definitely get this gem. Please. Let's hope. Right. Ba, 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 ba. No, no. Just the tiniest fraction of a second. Go. There we go. Absolutely nice. Nice indeed. 69 crates. Okay, definitely. Okay, definitely the last annoying hurdle we have to deal with. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. That deserves a dance. Ba, ba, ba. Do, 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 do. Okay, so night fight. Yeah, we've already kind of dealt with the fireflies before. Yeah, it was pretty self-explanatory. Ba, 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 ba. Run, run! Deal with these possums. Oh, fuck it. We'll just take the Zephyr out. But then I realized, oh, okay, never mind. I completely forgot. We still have to backtrack in order to get, like, probably why similar to the rest of the boxes. So, that's lovely. Oh. Ow. Oh. How the hell I didn't die from there? That surprises the hell out of me. Okay. Is that as far as, oh shit. Nope. Oh shit. Oh shit, okay, well. That's great. Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck balls. That's great. I was gonna say, wait, there wasn't really a lot of, there really wasn't a lot of boxes on the left side anyways. So maybe I should probably take the right side first and then maybe backtrack. Probably, maybe. I mean, apart from the gem, I feel like the gem... or maybe actually just probably go to the left side, grab the gem, and then just like completely die, and then like get back. And because regardless of whether or not you die afterwards, before the check mark or not, you'll still get the gem. So that's kind of what's more important. But we'll see. Oh, hey, Kirby, what's good? We'll give it a go. And but I definitely don't remember there being boxes on the left side. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not seeing any boxes. But, well, okay, let me double check though. Well, those two, but even, those two, but even then, I guess, but at the end of the day, like, but even, it's near the end of, like, what you can call it, that split pathway, so I could probably backtrack and grab the remaining two from there, so. Alright, we got the crystal. I think there was a bonus platform somewhere. Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Alright, well, too many dots as we speak. Thinking wampa fruits, tequila, diapers, and a whole lot of other stuff. Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay, well. Okay, so definitely don't be a slow ass, basically. I think that's the lesson from this one. Even if it means missing a whole lot of wampa fruits, can't afford to lose that firefly like too early. Great. That's great. The 9, I'm assuming, are just nitro crates, and yeah, there we go. Alright, so now we have to backtrack and grab those other 2 boxes. Which is going to be frustrating if we don't have... Oh, wait. Is there a light nearby? Okay, well, yeah, I think those were it, and yeah, we can go back. I was gonna ask, there's such thing as a like, there's gotta be a possum VTuber, right? Think about it now. Oh. Hold that dot. There we go. Gem number 2. There we go. There's so many VTubers, there's gotta be. Yeah, there has to be one. I mean, you could literally make. There's literally like. I mean, literally, I've seen paper VTubers. I've seen one that's literally a candle. I've seen. Yeah, there's gotta be. I mean, hell, I'm probably not the only long cat here, like, in this VTuber realm, so I assume there's gotta be something. So. Oh, God. Jetpack level number 2. Alright. Nope. Whoa, way too fast. Way too close. Great. But yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say one of these days, but yeah, going back to the whole variety of VTubers, I should definitely. I'm gonna probably look up for. I should probably start looking for possible VTubers. I haven't seen one myself, as I died, disintegrate my very whim in existence, but. And I guess on the side note, I could also probably just see if I can find another long cat VTuber. Because at the very least, it'll be fun to raid into another one of those. Fuck. Missed it. You found a possum VTuber, found like 3 and one of them's live. Interesting. Tell you what, hold on to that one, just in case I can't find anybody else. Well, for being real, I might raid into that person, whoever it may be. But well, I'll hold you. But yeah, hold on to that name just for the time being, I guess. Alright, I gotta be extremely careful here. Alright. There are more next. I mean, just even finding 3 is insane in itself. But again, reiterating the point, you can basically. There are like there are a lot of VTubers in existence, so I probably shouldn't be too surprised that something like a possum one would exist. And I missed one. Damn it. Okay. Alright, anyways. I wonder if that was the box I was missing. Okay. So definitely need like at least 17 boxes before I hit that. Before I explode all the nitro. So gotta keep that in mind. Oh, that might have been it. Maybe. But now I'm kind of, but yeah, now I'm curious if if there's another long cat VTuber dog. Obviously, there are like a whole lot of cat VTubers, obviously, but kind of curious if there's one of the long cat variety though. And if that particular, if it does exist and that particular VTuber's a lot like live, I would definitely probably want to raid into that person for sure. Oh. Sorry, and sorry if I'm making you put into work, PNG. I'm just got curious. All right, so okay, so this should be okay. So this definitely should be the last level, or the last level before the Cortex boss fight, and then we'll see how the rest of this goes. Oh, no worries. Just I mean, hey, at your own time. If you're up for it, when you're up for it. Oh. Okay. Fuck it. We'll go on that platform first. I don't think there's any box. I hope there's no boxes in this one, because if there is, that means we might have to backtrack on this one again. So, just like the last time. Good start. Okay. No. I meant to jump from that one. Okay, come on. There you go. Alright. The timing's so weird on this one. Nope. Nope. Gotta be so damn precise with this one. Also, I'm pretty sure I broke a box there. Mine is usually just like completely blank half the time, so let's see. I took one half. I took the moment I jumped. I knew I was not gonna make it, so I tried to go back. But yeah, I think if there, but yeah, I'm gonna double check if there was a box during this entire round. If there is one, then we're definitely gonna have to like do the same thing like the first level where we have the back or where we had to backtrack just to that platform. You gotta be extra careful on this one. Oh wait. There we go. But yeah, no, I'm not seeing a box, so I think yeah, same method as last time where we basically just grab the gem, die, and then we go back to where you know as I die during this round. That's great. So yeah, I don't think there's so yeah, I definitely don't think there's any boxes now, so just have to go back. So yeah, get the gem, die, and then we'll have it by the time we respawn back from the beginning of the map. So, or beginning of the level, I mean. And yeah, it should be fine. Definitely not like I'm gonna use up all my lives. Knock on wood. Furiously. So. Okay, so I think I just have to wait for this to like sink in perfectly, and then. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you definitely gotta be extremely careful, I guess, with this one. There we go. And be extremely careful with the lasers. And of course, they're using all the color gems. That's why you collect color gems. That's why you go full on completions with these games all the time. Where I probably had saved and sorry on this one. There we go. There we go. Alright, purple gem. Yeah, so. Alright. All that's taken care of, so now let's freaking die. And there we go. Fuck. Alright. Grab everything that you can. There you go. Nope. I timed it so wrong there. Okay. Re-emphasize on the fact that timing is everything. Come on, come on. There we go. Alright, the rest of this should be smooth sailing. Let's hope at least. Ba, 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 ba. Use, yeah, natural, always use your butt for these situations. Da da da. Bam, 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 bam. All right. Maybe I could. Nope. But we'll take it. Nope. Think that saved me there. There we go. Okay, we got all the gems, or all the boxes, I mean. Which means, yeah. Just gotta get through this level and defeat Cortex's yellow ass and we're good. Which sounds a lot more raw now that this guy said it. Oops. But I mean, I don't know. Cortex is incredibly... He is insanely, like, cartoonishly yellow. I think he used to be like, I think Cortex used to be like beige-ish in the originals, I think. But yeah. Yeah, insanely yellow.
My plan is nearly complete, and I have you, Crash Bandicoot, to thank for it. Engine, what's happening? What's that? Is she stealing our signal?
Crash, Cortex isn't gonna use the crystals to contain the planet's energy. He's gonna harness the force and use it to power the super Cortex vortex he's built on his space station. One blast and the ray will cover the entire world, turning everyone into Cortex's mindless slaves. Crash, don't let him have those crystals!
Engine, you fool! She's telling him everything! Ah, yes, we're back now. Pardon the, interruption. Crash, bring me crystals!
Bring me crystals. Yeah. Honestly, I think this revelation would have been a lot more, like, daunting if they didn't really. I mean, I guess even if they didn't tell you right away, it would, like, people would figure out right away that you can never trust Cortex to begin with. But I imagine this because this was also for kids. Some kids weren't gonna figure out this secret, even though I feel like they tell it. Even as a kid, you could kind of comprehend that he was up to no good. That Cortex was gonna be up to no good, regardless. All right. So yeah, now we gotta get him before he leaves. Ow. Nope, why you hang on three? Oh, hey Sean. Fuck. No. Well, mostly, no, I didn't want the Elvies to begin with, Sean, but I guess it's the dog that counts, I guess. Thank you, I guess, Sean. This has gotta be... Okay, well... Honestly, this has gotta be one of the most easiest final boss levels. Like, even the first game was a lot more like... Yeah, this one was just like, oh, you gotta chase him before it's too late.
Crash, what do you suppose happened to Cortex? And what about the Cortex Vortex? It's still up there.
Oh no, he still survives. No, we still have to kind of go through. We still gotta go through one more thing. Now that not only do we have the crystals, obviously, we also have we have all the gems. So yep. Nitrous Brio.
You have acquired all of the gems. Incredible. Crystals are not the only means of harnessing planetary energy. The gems have that ability as well. And with them, I can destroy the Cortex Vortex forever. Let me warp you to my completed laser installation.
The good old mad scientist designed deadly laser. But yeah, I think this game, but even before I guess achievements, I guess it's kind of these games like these kind of really emphasize the need to complete everything. Well, I was 7th Cortex for real. And that's all it took. Yeah, so I was gonna say, yeah, that's more or less it for Crash 2. I could go through the relic run, but I don't think it's a requirement. I think we hit 100. I think we did everything we need to do. I know the third game absolutely requires it though, so I'm gonna be probably more annoyed at that. But you know that's gonna be a stream for another time. So, but yeah. Anyways, I think that pretty much does it for me. Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, it's been fun. I've always loved Crash 2 for a very good reason. And yeah, I think that's more or less it. I think that's pretty much it for me. I have to kind of get ready for the baby shower, for a friend's baby shower, and I also have to buy a whole lot of diapers, which thankfully does not mean as it sounds. Oh, we got a phone call. But yeah, anyways, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for the feud. The feud are still around. Yeah, thank you guys. I was gonna say we figure out who to raid, but I am kind of curious if that positive YouTuber is actually still alive. Because if they are, I'm just probably gonna raid into them. Otherwise, I have a good plan B, pretty decent plan B. So. Sorry, let me just check it real quick. Hope you find your diapers. That sounds a lot worse than it needs to be, but thank you, I guess. But yeah, PNG, if you got that name, can you send it? Can you send it my way? And assuming they're still alive, I mean, as well. Otherwise, I already know who to raid as a plan B, as a backup plan. So. PNG, he's still there. Dun, dun, dun. Oh well. Anyways, okay. Well, we got Plan B, so. Well, Plan B. So here's the thing. Plan B is obviously going to be Wiggs because Wiggs just recently started his hackathon. So, and he also debuted a new model, an actual live 2D model for once. So, yeah, if nothing else, I guess we could raid into Wiggs. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for sticking around. As far as the rest of the schedule goes, also we need a raid message. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards crash out raid or something, or I guess Uppy's raid will work too, reluctantly speaking. But yeah, anyways, we will definitely have. So yeah, the rest of the schedule, like I said, I'm probably thinking about taking the rest of the week off for streaming, but Monday we will definitely have Marvels just to fill our remaining Marvels quota for the month. So yeah, I will definitely see you guys Monday. It'll probably be the only stream, maybe. It'll depend on how I feel the rest of the way, but yeah, you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys around. And wish me luck on buying diapers or something. Anyway.